Good evening. We bring you the latest in the world of sports. I'm Paulo Del Rosario.
We give you the conversations you want to hear from your favorite icons and athletes. I'm Diego Dario. And in tonight's game plan, we'll chat with PBA Philippine Cup champion Chris Ross as he takes us through his journey towards a 9th PBA title.
We'll also get a chance to talk to the PGJC Navy Sealions on their Spikers Turf campaign. And we'll get to know more of the athletes in the Spikers Turf through their courtside stories. Buckle up, sports fans. Let's get in the game.
For the San Miguel Beermen, winning the All-Filipino Cup meant different things. For some, it was a first taste of the most coveted title in the PBA. For others, a long journey back to familiar territory. Joining us tonight to talk about his road to championship number 9 on his legendary career is two-time finals MVP, the boss, Chris Ross. Chris, congrats and welcome to the game. Thanks so much for your time.
What's up, fellas? Thanks for having me.
All right, see, Ross, let's start it off with that incredible Game 7 that you guys played to cap off your 9th championship. You were going crazy. I mean, we would play pickup from time to time. You're a consistent shooter. I don't know when they're going to change that scouting report, but you had 12, 5, and 4. How did you feel coming into that game? What was your mindset?
Honestly, it felt like a regular game, like a tune-up game to me. I was telling everyone, like, man, this is I don't know how many times I've played in Game 7s, but this is my 10th finals, and I probably played 50 plus finals games in my career, so they feel like normal games to me now. And I was just really excited and happy to play in this game. Like, there was no nerves at all. The coaches were looking at me kind of laughing because they knew that they knew the look I had in my eyes. I was just really confident.
How do you explain that logo 3 though? That logo 3. Where did that come from, Chris?
Man, it was just a thing of like, when I start feeling it, I have no clue where I'm at on the court. Like, I think the one I missed was actually farther than that.
Yeah.
And it really felt good, but yeah, I just kind of got in the zone. You know how it is as a shooter.
Yes,
you just get in the zone and whatever you throw up just kind of goes in.
You know, Chris, I actually want to ask what was the secret stuff you all had in that fourth quarter, because even Junmar hit a 3. A step back 3, mind you, which I had no idea he had that in his bag. But of course, you mentioned it a while ago, it felt like a regular game to you because you've been through so many finals. That's not necessarily true for a bunch of your teammates, though. How did you bring them along? Because I noticed you were leading a bunch of the huddles, the players-only huddles, right before the game at halftime. What would you say to those guys to bring them along?
Yeah, I was just trying to be that calming factor to those guys. I know some of those guys, it was their first time playing in the finals, first time being in big games like that. So it was just being that calming presence to those guys. And I know that those guys respect me and they will listen to me. So it was just giving them the confidence that they needed to really perform in this game. Just letting them know that this is just a regular game, but we're going to need everybody to be at their best. And, man, that third quarter was kind of shaky, but that fourth quarter was probably the best quarter we played all conference.
Now, Chris, let's talk about what this title means to you personally. This is your 9th, but is this special compared to the others?
It's my 9th. It's definitely special. It feels like it was my first one again, since it's been so long since we won. Mm-hmm. And so much in this world has happened since we won. Like, we last won in 2019, and everybody knows what happened in March 2020. We were all locked in our homes and on lockdown. And Jumar hurt his leg in February of 20. I've been through life. I lost my father, and my father really taught me, like, he taught me everything about life. So it was really emotional to win this game, to win this championship, because, like I said, it just felt like the first one over and over.
You know, Chris, of course, condolences first and foremost. I know it's been a while since he passed, but then still our hearts go out to you. When you look at what it meant to you and what you went through the past the difficult time, you mentioned in a few interviews that you even consider retirement. I mean, how do you go from that to winning another championship and playing like it's another regular game?
When my father passed, it was really hard on me, and it was one of those things where I haven't I haven't experienced death that close to me, as far as anyone in my immediate family. And for the head of the household to go that quickly, and it was really crushing for me. So it was a thing of me not really wanting to do anything. Like I just wanted to be at home with my mom and my family and spend time with them and make sure everything was good. And then once I got over that, I mean, it took a while.
Yeah.
Once I got over that, I knew what my dad would want me to do. And honestly, before when I came back, or after that conference, before this conference, I worked the hardest I've ever worked in my life.
I saw that.
I really got into shape. I was setting up runs with all the guys, like a lot of PBA guys. I know you came to a couple of days.
Yes, sir.
I went to a couple of runs that you guys had. I was working hard, man. Me and my trainer Diego he's been my trainer for almost 10 years. We were getting in the weight room like 3-4 times a week. I was going really hard, and I really started the conference off well, and then went down with that knee injury. But I was able to kind of get healthy before the playoffs, and then in the finals I started catching my stride. But I knew that's what my dad would want, and I really worked hard to get my body in shape and hone my skills and get ready for this push and try to win this championship.
Chris, you worked so hard. Jago said that you finally shot better than him, but I don't know if that's true. But Chris, obviously, with something that big happening in your life, and you were able to bounce back from it and really come out on top, how does that change your own perspective of the way you're going to work, from the way you're approaching basketball, and of course the rest of your life from this point on, knowing that you can make it to the top again through the work that you just did?
I mean, I've known this my whole life, and my dad really preached this to me growing up, and he always told me that hard work beats everything. My dad had a job from when he was 12 years old all the way up until he just retired a year before he passed away. And even before he retired, he was working 12, 15-hour shifts, and after his shift, he would go to the gym every single day. And it was that way for him for 50 plus years, and I learned that. He taught that to me, my brother, and my sister, and so I know what hard work can do, and that's what I'm really focusing on for the rest of my career, for the rest of my life. Just even after basketball, if I put in the work with anything I want to do, that good things will come.
And that's such an inspiring statement, Chris. But let's talk about your other family, the San Miguel Beermen. You gave some of the new guys their first taste of the championship, but some of the old guys with you also. What does this mean, and what can you say about the new era of the San Miguel team?
Man, honestly, our Def 5 team we were so good, but this new team, we're so deep and we're so good. Like, we literally have 2 starting 5, and we just needed to work on chemistry and work on playing together, because everyone that came over was used to being the man on their team and getting this amount of shots and having to score this many amount of points. But once we figured out that if we just work as a team and pass the ball to each other, the ball will find the right person and we'll win more games, and that's when we really took off. And now that we won this championship and those guys got a feeling of winning, I feel like the sky's the limit for this new bunch that we have, and I think we can reel off a few more.
Chris, really appreciate the time and sharing your story. We know that you're going to be busy for the next few days, so really appreciate you coming on.
Thanks, Chris.
I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all having me.
We'll go from one sport to another, because when we return, we'll hear from the PGJC Navy as they talk about the ongoing Spikers Turf. Stay tuned. You're watching The Game.
Welcome back to the game. The PGJC Navy now hold a record of 1-1 after suffering a heartbreaking comeback defeat to the NU Santa Elena team. Now, what will be their next adjustments for the games moving forward? And to talk more about their Spikers Turf campaign is team captain Greg Dolor, along with Josh Umandal, Joven De La Vega, and Jack Kalingking. Gentlemen, welcome to the game.
Welcome, idols.
We'll be happier here. First of all, I don't know what sound the sea lion makes, but I won't ask you that muna.
Ano ba? Paano ba po?
I don't know. Hindi ko nga talaga alam. Anong sound ng sea lion? Alam niyo ba? Okay, sige. Let's not start with that. Greg, ikaw muna. Kasi syempre, ang haba ng post ng men's volleyball and finally nakabalik na yung Spikers Turf. Ano yung reaction mo nung nalaman na babalik na yung Spikers Turf, na may team kayo, and of course, to be able to compete sa level na to ulit?
Excited kasi syempre love namin yung volleyball eh. So, bilang isang sa amin, mga volleyball player, maganda na pagkabalik ng Spikers Turf, tapos makakapaglaro kami na meron kaming team na then yun, binuo namin yung team to prepare para sa Spikers Turf.
Oh, and
Jack, ikaw, best libero in the NCAA, you played in the national team also. Kamusta naman yung preparation niyo? 3 years na walang volleyball. Ang hirap mag-extra work ng walang ibang kasama eh. Pag basketball, pwede ka mag-dribble mag-isa. But for volleyball, how was the preparation, Jack?
Una siguro sa amin kasi bago yung team namin, yung bawat isa sa amin, pinag-aaralan namin yung bawat isa, yung kilala namin yung bawat isa. Tsaka yung team namin, bago nga yun, dapat talagang sa umpisa, kailangan kilalanin yung bawat isa.
Yeah. Joven, pa-scouting report naman sa team ninyo. Kasi grabe, there's a lot of national team talent in the group. Grabe yung potential ninyo. How would you describe yung grupo nyo, yung samahan ninyo?
So sa ngayon, yun nga, sa halos sa aming lahat, national team, yun, siguro composure na lang at saka chemistry yung gagawin namin sa team. Tsaka yung bawat game namin, so yung adjustment lagi, di ba? Kasi individually, may skills, mataas yung level. So, yun nga, yung buuhin na lang yung anim, hindi yung individually.
Tapos may import level player pa kayo, si
Yeah.
Josh.
Oo.
Josh, syempre, we remember that you went out to go to Bahrain and then of course coming back here. I don't think we've gotten a chance to talk to you since yung trip mo sa Bahrain and yung development mo since then. How did that change you, yung trip na yun? At syempre, anong may babalik mo dito sa Spikers Turf?
Siguro ako sa Bahrain, sobrang laki ng experience sa exposure ko din. Kasi iba yun ibang level yun kumbaga international din sa kanila. Sa mataas na liga yung napaglaruan ko. Kumbaga class 1 sa akin akong tawagin. So yun, parang nag-enjoy ako sa Bahrain talagang. Pag-uwi ko ng Pinas, sobrang nadala ko siya na as experience ko sa paglalaro. Kasi mag-isa lang ako pumunta ng Bahrain. Sobrang hirap mag-adjust din, lalo na yung negative R natin sa ano, yung malayo. So yun, parang in-adapt ko lang siya. Hanggang yung mga natutunan ko sa Bahrain, dinala ko dito sa akin sa paglalaro ko ngayon.
And Greg, ikaw yung team captain ng team na to, no? Kamusta naman yung pagiging leader mo dito, trying to lead your team in a new season dito sa Spikers Turf?
Masaya naman. Tapos ang lang is yung challenge siya. Siyempre. Yung mga teammates ko, mga national team, mga ganyan ba. Tapos, kumbaga yung na-adjust ko rin yung sarili ko kung paano ma-adapt yung bawat isa.
O iba-iba kasi sila
Kasi iba-iba. Skills kasi meron na eh.
Yeah.
Yung yung kung paano mag-gel yung as a team talaga. Maglaro ng isa. Isa lang yung laro talaga.
Jack, yung record nyo ngayon, 1-1. And syempre, despite on paper, grabe yung talent level ninyo. Ano masasabi mo sa level of competition sa Spikers Turf?
Sobrang talaga ang Spikers Turf ngayon. Lahat ng team malalakas. Talagang pinag-aandaan din namin bawat team, ang kalaban namin. Talagang todo viewing kami sa bawat game ng mga kalaban para makuha namin yung mga play nila.
And Josh, last time, you had 22 points in the last game, but leading into the next game, ano yung mga preparations, yung magiging adjustments nito? Try and get another win for your team.
Siguro kami sa team namin yun. Lalas kami sa mga kung anong pagkakamali namin sa previous game namin. Mag-adjust kami agad. Saka move on na agad kasi tapos na yun, na nangyari na. Talagang may nangyayari talagang ganun, na nakadalawang set na kayo, tapos natatalo pa ng ulan, talagang nangyayari. So adjust na lang din, compose pa rin hanggang dulo pa rin, hanggang makuha namin yung sarili, namin, bawat isa sa team talaga na mag-gel kami. Kasi ako, bago ako sa Navy, parang 1 month pa lang ako nag-training sa kanila. So parang, yung commitment ko talaga yung din sa kanila kahit nahirap. Pero doon pa rin yung commitment ko para sa team.
Joven, looking at yung team ninyo, yung competition ninyo, syempre with a 1-1 record, there's still a chance na pwedeng mahaba yung campaign ninyo dito. Medyo short kasi yung tournament natin. Sa palagay mo ba, ano yung ceiling ng grupo na to?
Siguro yung hard work ng team namin sa every training na ginagawa namin siguro. Tsaka yung adjustment every game siguro yung madadala namin na masin namin na sa mga susunod na laro pa namin is pag-igihan at saka
So mag-i-improve.
Yes.
We'll
That's
see.
the goal all the time.
Oh, we'll see. Of course, that matchup is going to be tomorrow against Army at 5:30. That's not the game I'm calling, so hindi nila pwedeng sabihin
Hindi
na
niyo siya
malas
makikita
ako.
doon.
Gentlemen, congratulations again for coming back to Spiker Surf and bringing us back all the men's volleyball. We're excited to see you tomorrow. Good luck.
Thank you, Idols.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
After the break, discover more courtside stories of the men's volleyball action in the Spiker Surf Open Conference. Stay tuned. You're watching the game. Welcome back. You're still watching the game. As the Spiker Surf Open Conference moves ahead on full speed, we're slowly uncovering interesting courtside stories from the athletes. Now, to share some of them with us tonight, we have with us Spiker Surf insider Ayana Perlas. Ayana, welcome to the game again. Welcome to the Signal family.
Thank you.
Very glad to have you over. So, if I'm not mistaken,
The debut.
Ayana, the debut,
Yeah.
the debut of the Ari of our little group here. Ayana, when you look at the men's volleyball, because if I'm not mistaken, it's the first time you're covering it.
Yes.
And I could only imagine how different is it from your perspective covering this for the first time.
Yeah, definitely. First, thank you guys for having me. Mr. Paulo Del Rosario, Diego Dario in the house. But of course, I've always found men's volleyball to be very interesting. I found it very fast-paced,
Super
very
fast-paced,
intense,
yep.
right, compared to women's. So I was nervous to find out that I was going to be covering because I thought, oh my gosh, I have to prepare my reports right away.
Yeah.
But what I like about it is that I get to tell the stories of these players because you guys don't get to hear that much about it.
Yeah.
So that's what I love about Spikers Turf so much.
And talking about stories, we had Army actually the other day here in the
Yes.
game. And what can you say about their team? Some of them, they've been together for a really long time.
Yeah.
A really long time. I was able to talk to their head coach and they said that they've been together since 2009.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which is a lot, no need to practice chemistry anymore. They know each other so well, and since 2015 as well. And according to the head coach, they've been having a hard time with the schedule, but since they have the passion for volleyball, it wasn't that hard to really look for inter-barangay leagues to
Yeah.
join or once-a-week trainings because the Army actually is blessed to have facilities given to them. Kahit with the pandemic, they were able to
that's
train.
right.
Well, it's great that they had that facility to really help them out kasi syempre
Exactly.
mahirap. When you look at volleyball in general, I think they're the most GV athletes out there. They're
I would
very
agree, I would
happy.
agree, yep.
But this Army team is also really GV to another level that you had to notice it.
Yeah, oh my gosh, guys, share ko lang. Super GV kahit talo, laughing pa rin sila.
GV pa rin.
But that doesn't
GV
mean they
pa rin
don't
sila.
want to win,
Yeah,
ha?
that doesn't
mean they don't want to win.
No,
Oh,
it's because the head coach always says, just enjoy.
Yeah.
All you have to do is enjoy the game, then the rest will follow. And I really like that mindset. And every time they hit a point, the whole team shouts. It's a scream.
Iba yung celebration. If
Yeah.
they're smiling when they're losing, imagine what happens when they're winning.
When they're actually winning.
Oo.
It's
And that's what I
crazy.
love about volleyball. Like everyone just cheers for each other,
Yeah.
whether in the bench or actually on the floor, right?
Yes.
Parang hindi yan pwede sa basketball. No?
But for basketball, like after a shot, you gotta like go on to the next play. You have time to celebrate talaga. But talking about celebrating, let's celebrate one guy. Let's talk about Obed Mokada's journey here,
Yes.
the import of NU sa
Yes.
Spikers Turf.
Obed Mukaba. He's very interesting, because he told me that in Congo, he came from Congo, volleyball was not loved, according to him. So that's why he needed to explore and look for a different country to go to. So he voluntarily went to the Philippines to look for a team, and luckily, NU had a spot for him. And I think he's doing a really good job with his blocks. He's amazing. He's
Yeah.
really good with his attacks as well.
Yeah, he looks different physically in the sense that he has the length that really stands out. And,
Athletic as well.
Yeah, very,
Super
very
Exactly.
athletic. I've seen him in action, and syempre he complements yung young core
Yes.
ng NU. We have a bit of time here. Of course, what's the biggest thing that surprised you throughout this journey so far? Kasi syempre, again, a sport you're sort of familiar with, but in a different way. At the same time, first time with us here
Yes.
with the Signal team.
Oh my gosh, the biggest thing? First, I did MPBL before.
Yeah.
I've done the UAAP, but then it was more on the technical stuff.
Yeah.
But what I really like about Spikers Turf is being able to tell the individual stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since I think that's
right.
what the people are really looking for, individual stories of the
Yeah.
players. And from that, I think, I'm getting to learn more
Yeah.
about how to courtside. I'm getting better, and I think getting more experience from Spikers
All the
Turf.
self-improvement here.
Yes,
and
exactly.
and for those who are wondering, Ayana didn't realize this was live, and she just
didn't
nailed it.
know.
She
I love
nailed
it.
it.
Love
Oo.
the debut of Ayana here in the game.
Thank you very much, Ayana. We can't wait to see you again.
Thank
Thanks,
you
Ayana.
so
Thank
much,
you.
guys.
And thank you guys for joining us. I'm Diego Dario.
Catch us weeknights here on One News, One Sports, and One Sports Plus. I'm Paulo Del Rosario, and this has been The Game.